Shubhodayam. Welcome all to the 7th batch of certificate course on Sanatan Dharma organized by Veda Samskruti Samiti in association with Vishwa Yoga Vidyapit. We'll be continuing with Ramayana by Dr. Ananta Padmanabha Garu. Before that, we'll start the day with Vande Matram by Venkat Narayan Garu.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Suphalam, Malayaj Sheetalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Shubhrajyotsna pulakitayaminim Pullakusumita drumadala shobhinim Suhasinim Sumadhura bhashinim Sukadam varadam mataram Vande mataram Vande mataram.
ధన్యవాదాలు వెంకట నారాయణ గారు. Now I request Chandrasekhar garu to do the pradhana.
Sure, sir. 1 minute meditation followed by 3 times Omkar. गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पद आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीद सादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रियवतु। ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे। न गुरोः परमं शिशुरश्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मां पाहि गुरो। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
ధన్యవాదాలండి చంద్రశేఖర్ గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. నౌ ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ అనంత పద్మనాభరావు గారు టు కంటిన్యూ విత్ ది వెబినార్ ప్లీజ్.
సభాయ నమః. వాగర్థావివ సంపృక్తౌ వాగర్థ ప్రతిపత్తయే జగతః పితరౌ వందే పార్వతీ పరమేశ్వరౌ. వాల్మీకి గిరి సంభూత రామసాగరగామిని శ్రీమద్ రామాయణీ గంగా పునాతి భువనత్రయం శ్లోకసార సమాకీర్ణం సర్గకల్లోల సంకులం కాండగ్రాహ మహామీనం వందే రామాయణర్ణవం. రామాయ రామభద్రాయ రామచంద్రాయ వేధసే రఘునాథాయ నాథాయ సీతాయ పతయే నమః. మనోజవం మారుతతుల్యవేగం జితేంద్రియం బుద్ధిమతం వరిష్టం వాతాత్మజం వానరయూథముఖ్యం శ్రీరామదూతం శిరసా నమామి. సీతాకోమలపల్లవ లసద్రామతరుశ్రియం ప్రాచేతసీం కళాం వందే శ్రీమద్ రామాయణీం గిరిం. వాల్మీకి హృదయం భోజక్వణన్మధుర షట్పదీం వాల్మీకి ముఖలక్ష్మీతాం వందే పికమధుస్వరాం. With these salutations, we continue yesterday's discourse. We discussed yesterday about the Trinity. There are several trinities in Ramayana which we were able to discuss half of it. Today I will extend it for another few minutes and then go to the new chapter. There are several other groups of three among the prominent characters in Ramayana, because I am not going to discuss about the small characters in Ramayana. For instance, Ahalya, Tara and Mandodari go together. They come under the Panchakanyas. They are considered to be Mahakanyas, the pious ladies. Panchakanyas Mare Nityam Mahapatakanashanam. Ahalya gets purified by the mere touch of Rama, whereas Tara enjoys the blessings of Rama, and Mandodari stands unique among the three in as much as he needed neither purification nor the blessings of a godly person, because she has the pious qualities in her. In spite of her husband's craze for any charming lady, she remained devoted to him, admired him, pitied him, and mourned his death with melted heart. She had great admiration for Sita's chastity and strength of character and praised Rama for his steadfastness and righteousness, which brought him victory over her husband. Because Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha, that is the passage and usage we use. So she knows it. She did not find fault with Rama, but she condemned the aggressive attitude of her husband Ravana, a rare model of dispassionate devotion, Mandodari having it. And Valmiki masterly portrayed the character of Mandodari. Another instance illustrating the concept of Trinity is found in Ahalya and Anasuya. These three people are there, Anasuya, Shabari, and Swayamprabha. Earlier we were discussing about Ahalya, Tara, Mandodari. Here in this case, we are discussing about Anasuya, Shabari, and Swayamprabha. How they have become a trinity, we will discuss. Anasuya, the embodiment of universal love, without any trace of hatred or jealousy, stands out among the three and transcends the three dimensions of the ephemeral world, being the one of the wonderful ladies, and she is rightly placed as the wife of Atri. We come across her during the person who was traveling to the different hermitages. The Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana, they entered into Atri Maharshi's ashrama, and there Valmiki says he has introduced his wife first. Normally, we will not give more attention towards the wife. But here in this case, Atri Maharshi praised Anasuya and her qualities in bringing out greatness in her, in many of these items. Another point which we have to remember is the importance of the character of Anasuya. She wanted to know from Sita's mouth the marriage performance at Mithila. And Sita innocently or instantly told about the performance of that marriage. So Anasuya has got a great reverence towards these people. And coming to the point, and the Trinity, these people, the embodiment of universal love Anasuya had without any trace of hatred. And coming to the wife of Atri, she was known for her Anasuya. She was able to make all the Trimurtis into small children, and that story we know about. Then comes Sita and Shabari, receives the blessings of Rama. Anasuya blesses Sita, and when the question of Shabari comes, she receives the blessings of Rama, which serve as passport for her to attain the highest plane of consciousness. Because Shabari was waiting for the arrival of Rama, her guru has told that one of these days Rama will come and you will attain perfection. Very little is known about the students of Ramayana, about Swayamprabha. This is another small character, but it has paved way for the devotional touch of Hanuma. They were able to know where Lanka is there and where is Sita placed. An ascetic woman who helps Hanuman in his search for Sita. She is a class by herself and outshines all other men and women in Ramayana in her spiritual splendor, which Valmiki describes in a very highly suggestive way. In the Aranyakanda itself, we have come across this Kishkinda Kanda, and at the end of this, we find the way how she has dealt with these Vanaras. She stands by herself and is therefore not easily understood. So she is a Swayamprabha, evaluation of a very, very great high order. Then there is another trinity Bharata, Sugriva, and Vibhishana. Those who are interested to note down, please note down the first one today, which we were discussing, were Ahalya, Tara, and Mandodari. These three ladies, Ahalya, Tara, and Mandodari. The second trinity is Anasuya, Shabari, and Swayamprabha. Anasuya, Shabari, and Swayamprabha. Then the third group, Bharata, Sugriva, and Vibhishana. This is one trinity. They represent three different levels of brotherhood, because we have to gauge how these brothers have performed and how they have been recognized in Ramayana. Bharata, designated by Valmiki as Bhartrivatsala, the title Valmiki has given to him is Bhartrivatsala, the fraternity personified. He is an exception in this group of brothers. Then comes Sugriva. He is the aggrieved brother, seeks the help of Rama in getting back his abducted wife, if necessary, by killing his brother. This is another important thing which we have to note down. Whereas in the case of Bharata, he is a very devoted person, and he has taken even the sandals and kept them in the Patabhisheka Muhurta, and they was given the greatness of the throne. Whereas in this case of Sugriva, he is very much against his brother and even tried to kill him through Rama. Then it is true that he received the worst possible treatment in the hands of his brother Vali, but the retaliation need not have been that heartless, because Vali has given him a very bad treatment. It was a communication gap. Sugriva thought that Vali has died, and he came back and he was ruling. And then Vali entered into the scene, and he has dethroned Sugriva, and even he has taken Rama, and he has allowed him to run away. This is the story which we know in Kishkinda Kanda. Sugriva himself realizes this when the action becomes irreversible, because he has taken a decision that Vali is a hindrance for him. The awkward situation gets harmonized with a balanced treatment meted by Rama. This is the second type of brother. Then comes the Vibhishana. Vibhishana is another type. He deserves his brothers, and when deserts decency and dignity for the righteousness, because he has deserted Ravana, saying that I will not follow your orders and I am leaving you. He joins the side of righteousness, dharma sthapana, to save himself for the disaster hanging on Lanka due to the brother's wicked nature. He has impromptu told Ravana that you are doing wrong and you just surrender Sita to Rama and the entire thing will get in a passive manner. Lanka, due to his brother's wicked nature, is becoming and it is going to ruin. But he remains loyal to his new master, that is Rama, even at the cost of his kith and kin. So three types of brothers we are seeing. One is Sugriva and Vali, another is Bharata and Rama, and here in the case of Vibhishana and Rama. Vibhishana hesitates to perform the funeral rites of his brother. At the end of the story, when Ravana was killed by Rama, there was the question of funeral. Vibhishana said, I will not do the funeral. But Rama tells him that all the enmity ends with death. And so Ravana now deserves dispassionate treatment from him, as also from Rama himself. Because Rama says, the enmity ends with the war, and now Ravana is a pious man. So this is another trinity. who number one is Vibhishana, Sugriva, and Bharata. We have another trinity. Please note down. Manthara, Shurpanaka, and Trijata. I will repeat. Manthara, Shurpanaka, and Trijata. Their common trait is their contribution to the advancement of the march of Rama, that is Ramayana, either with good intentions or out of jealousy. Three people have three different jealousies and three different types of annotations. Manthana's motive is precipitated by jealousy. She turns the fortune of the prospective ruler overnight. Valmiki described her as Papadarshini, one who sees with a sinful eye. Her eyes, we also find in normal nature, some people, if they look at us, we will be very much in a poisonous mood. But whereas some people with great reverence look at us, we will get that nature of getting the blessings. So Valmiki describes Mandara as Papadarshini. She is also called Sahasoshita. Sahoshita means she is attached to Kaikeyi in her true colors. She is seated in the heart of Kaikeyi and has come out in her true colors when occasion favored such an ugly appearance. So she has turned the tables overnight. Mandara had no purpose behind her action, while Surpanaka had a definite purpose, but could not realize that she did not deserve what she had desired for. She desired that Rama will get in touch with her and love her. But this simple mistake of Surpanaka resulted in a big catastrophe for Lanka. But a boon to mankind in the ultimate analysis. When we look at the entire Ramayana, though Surpanaka was responsible for the entire episode by invoking Ravana to abduct or kidnap Sita, but the final end of the story is it is good for the humankind. And then the credit for granting clearance to the world from the atrocities of Lankeshwara should go to her, because she was responsible for spoiling the entire mood of Ravana. And then the third person is Trijata. Though she is a demon lady, she is altogether a different character, a Rakshasi with a difference. Even though she was by duty bound to harass Sita and motivate her towards Ravana, the duty assigned to her was to motivate her to love Ravana and to harass Sita also. But she undergoes a total change temperamentally after getting a dream in which she sees Rama victorious and Sita back in his arms with the total destruction of Lanka. She had Trijata Swapnam. It is a great episode in the entire Yuddhakanda. She says, I had a dream in which Rama was victorious. Her narration of the dream sounds like Gayatri Mantra, a sacred mantra glorifying the supreme splendor of the light eternal. If carefully studied from the point of view, Trijata Swapna is like a Gayatri Mantra. So when we compare all these characters, the Ramayana has a multi-dimensional and it deserves a deeper study, as they are all the creations of creative genius Valmiki, who can see a pious heart in the measuring waves of a river. If we go to the river, the waves will be completely as full of creative geniusness, and measuring waves is very difficult. That is the human touch of Valmiki. When we come to the human touch, which was described by Valmiki in Ramayana, there is a very, very special occasion to remember this. Ramayana, as conceived by Valmiki, is a march in search of a man. Who is that? A man whose humanity excels divinity, humanity excelling divinity by virtue of the transparent transmissibility. We can see how it has happened and how it is going to happen. Who is the central figure of the entire Ramayana? Rama. Rama, the central figure of this march, Ayanam, presents a rare combination of human dignity and divine spark. There is a divine spark, whichever comes across the journey of Rama, he has a very, very divine spark, and it turns into a good path. He kept the spark to himself and within himself and spread the fragrance of universal love. Good and bad are only relative terms for a realized soul. Viditatma. Valmiki mentions that word, Viditatma. Viditatma means a realized soul. Rama is a realized soul. The interaction between the good and the evil, which is the main undercurrent of the march of Rama, starts with an interesting character. The undercurrent is, what is the undercurrent? The good and bad, or good and evil. So who is the first person in this concern is Maricha and his mother Tataka. The first entrance of Balakanda, when Vishwamitra was accompanied by Rama and Lakshmana, there is a terrific roar, and Vishwamitra instructed Rama to kill Tataka. He was hesitant to kill because Rama thought that she is a lady and ladies should not be perturbed or whatever it is. But Vishwamitra was very persuasive, and finally Tataka was disturbed. Maricha was originally of a noble origin, and his mother Tataka was also Yakshini. There was some fault on her, and she was given the Shapa, and she became this Rakshasi. But both became Rakshasas, both Maricha and Tataki, by curse, and so they turned out to be terrorists. Nowadays we encounter with so many people of terrorists, and every day in the newspaper we see the encounter of a terrorist by the police. She was posing a threat to the sages of the area. It was to root out this danger that Vishwamitra has taken Rama and Lakshmana along with him, and the entire story goes like that. At the instance of Vishwamitra, Rama kills Tataka with a lot of hesitation. As I told you earlier, Rama had a hesitation to kill Tataka at the first instance, but when he was instructed by Vishwamitra, his guru, he has done it. At this point of time, Rama says, I have no hesitation to implement your orders because my father told me, whatever you tell, I have to get it implemented. So he was very clear in his mind. But when it comes to the Maricha, the human approach of Rama tries to save his life and teach him a lesson. But the critics of Rama say how he has left this Maricha when he has killed Subahu. He should have done it with the case of Maricha also. He should have killed both of them, and the entire Ramayana is closed. But Rama uses his discussion as to whom to destroy altogether and whom to teach a lasting lesson. In the case of Valmiki, Valmiki tells us that Rama, by using a mystic missile called Manavastra, because nowadays you see when DRDO and other people, they mention about different missiles. During those days also in Treta Yuga, there were several missiles. This is the Manavastra, the human missile, which Rama has used in case of this Tataka, Subahu and Marichi. Then he manages to scatter the wicked Rakshasas, including Maricha, but kills Subahu and others by using different types of missiles. In the case of Subahu, it is different. And in the case of Agneastra, the presided over by the god of fire, is used. And another missile is VYV. His main intention of Rama was not to kill them, but to bring them round as far as possible. Because since he is a person with the dharma, he doesn't want to harm them or he doesn't want to kill them, but he wants to tell them their way and their behavior to be changed. In saving Maricha's life for the time being, Rama succeeded not only in reforming him, but also in establishing peace of war, peace in the war, an unusual strategy which Rama developed even in his first attempt and followed meticulously throughout until he destroyed Ravana out of mercy for the mankind. As he visualized total destruction of the world in the arrival of Ravana, in the survival of Ravana, the entire manhood will be spoiled. So, when we just go through this story, this act of benevolence done to Maricha changes him altogether into a saintly person. Maricha becomes a saint and he has compared one hermitage and prepared a hermitage, and he was staying there, and Ravana has gone to him once, and Maricha in a very, very subtle manner told Ravana not to do all these faulty things. But again, in the second time when he comes, the story comes. So he tells Ravana, when the latter approaches him for help in the abduction of Sita, that Rama is not an ordinary man. He is righteousness personified, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. That is the word used by Maricha, none other than Maricha. And no one can stand before him in the battlefield, as he has mystic mastery over all possible weapons of offense and defense. Because Rama is having all types of defensive weapons with him. As an ardent devotee of Rama, Maricha, he totally transformed the soul of Maricha and tells Ravana that he finds Rama and Rama alone in the whole of Dandaka forest. He says, wherever I go, the sound of Rama, Rama, Rama is vibrating in my mind. Nothing else is visible for him. Ultimately, he had to die in the hands of Rama, but he preferred it to the dying of the hands of Ravana. Because he himself said, anyhow, I have to die either in your hand or in the hands of Rama. So I am prepared to die in the hands of Rama, he says. Here, again, there is a three-tier threat. There is a threat of three-tier to the human approach adopted by Rama based on man-making and non-killing, the dual virtues voiced by Valmiki in his immortal epic. He wanted to save Tataka, Maricha, and Ravana in spite of their aggressive attacks, but he was helpless. When all his patience and tolerance disappointed him, Rama was attained and he was convinced that Ravana should be killed. Even when Rama sees Ravana in the battlefield, standing face to face before him, first he praises him for his valor, radiance, and external excellence, but then he pities him for his soul-killing weakness for wealth and woman. These are the two weaknesses which he had, for the wealth and the woman. Ravana too realizes the rare radiance of a superman in Rama, though it was too late for him to correct himself. He visualizes Narayana in Rama when his entire army is reduced to ashes by his inevitable missiles. Then Kumbhakarna is another brother. He too supports what Mandodari felt about her fate-stricken husband. When Ravana consulted him and Vibhishana in an emergency meeting along with his friends, Kumbhakarna openly criticized Ravana for committing an unwise and hasty blunder in kidnapping Sita, knowing fully well that Rama had destroyed a huge army in Janasthana all alone. This we have to remember. In Janasthana, he was able to kill the entire force. Even Swarpanaka is not void of such a high sense of dignity, though she fails to catch the humor behind the sportive attitude of Rama and Lakshmana. The poor lady moves from pillar to post to catch at least one of her two targets. But when the whole thing fails miserably to her own humiliation, she presents the whole case to Ravana in a very different manner. And finally, she tempts her brother, knowing fully well his weakness for woman. She knows that this fellow has a weakness for woman. By describing the supernatural beauty of Sita, she was able to change the mind of Ravana. She even tells him a light lie that she tried to win her for him, which resulted in her defamation. Some of the observations made by Swarpanaka about the quality of his able administrator. She praises Rama's administrative capacities, project her as an expert exponent of public administration. Normally, nowadays, each speaker tells about the way of how the personality development is to be done, how a public administration is to be done. It is told by Shurpanaka herself. When she enters the court of Ravana, she comes out with several criticisms about the activities being done in Lanka without the knowledge of Ravana. She complains about several things. You are a dull and dumb person and you cannot rule the country. So she goes on criticizing these things. Though the way Valmiki presents Shurpanaka, she is a dynamic in spirit, drastic in action, but innocent in the intentions, and shows how the sage poet Valmiki maintains a balance between the two extreme ends of human dignity and animal animosity. This is more important. You please note down the human dignity and animal animosity. Then in the entire Ramayana, another important character is Indrajit. He is another character whom Valmiki depicts with a dispassionate vision and creative imagination. He was an accomplished warrior, Indrajit, which invincible valor. He can fight innumerable activities. He defeated Indra, that is why he is named as Indrajit, and came to be known as Indrajit. Earlier, he was called Meghanadha. His sound is like a roaring megha, one who roars like a cloud. He was highly devoted to his father and supported him till the end. He never criticized him, but blamed Vibhishana for having condemned and deserted him. Indrajit played a prominent role in the battle on more than one occasion. It was he who, even at the outset, victimized Rama and Lakshmana with an Nagastra. Nagastra is a very powerful, and both of them have fallen unconscious. It is again his spectacular achievement that the whole army, except Hanuman, was made unconscious. The catastrophe was, however, diffused by Garuda on the first occasion and by Hanuman on the second occasion. He brought Sanjeevani, and then these people were saved. He had some mystic powers by which he could create darkness around him. That is the quality of Indrajit. He created an imaginary figure of Sita and displayed her as if she were killed by him in the presence of Hanuma, who believed it. Later, when the truth comes out and Hanuma tells him that it is not just to kill a woman in war, Indrajit justifies his action by quoting his own code of conduct, according to which anything can be done to demoralize the enemy. This is the strategy which he has followed. When the Hanuma questioned the qualities of Indrajit, why you have killed a lady, he says, in the sacrifice of in the entire story, I have to do to mystify the enemy. Then, finally, when he plans to perform a sacrifice, which will grant him an invincible chariot and powerful weapons, Lakshmana, Hanuma, and Vibhishana catch him unaware and drag him to the battlefield where he dies in the hands of Lakshmana. Lakshmana killed Indrajit. Lakshmana alone could not have killed him without the support of Hanuma and Vibhishana. Such a valiant soldier was Indrajit, whose death was a big blow for Ravana because he could not console himself. What is most significant about Indrajit is but he never committed any sin for a selfish end. It is the underlying current which we have to remember, because he has followed the orders of his father. And all that he did was to support his father, and in this respect, he raises to the level of the sons of Dasharatha, though by birth he happened to be the son of a sinister father. So Valmiki is comparing the sons of Dasharatha and the son of Ravana, because there are two parallels, and in the parallel, the Indrajit also stands number one. As in Lanka also, Kishkinda, there is a feeling of fraternity, explicit or implicit, among the characters depicted by Valmiki. He has now described the first part is Ravana's court, and now we are coming to the Kishkinda. Vali and Sugriva entertain a cordial feeling of brotherhood in the beginning. But due to difference in temperament and hasty actions of Vali, they become enemies. We know the story, how it happened, the story of Dundubhi and Vali. And they are good at heart, and they have a close physical resemblance. This is another important thing, because when the first fight happened between Vali and Sugriva, Rama did not venture to kill Vali because he was not able to recognize who is Vali and who is Sugriva, because they resemble each one of them so close that Rama could not distinguish one from the other on the first day of their encounter. Their mutual love and affection are evident from the dialogue between Vali and Tara just before Vali starts from his place for facing Sugriva in the battlefield. Tara has vehemently told Vali, she dissuades Vali and advises him to treat Sugriva with love and affection. Vali agrees with Tara and promises her that he would not kill Sugriva, but will only teach him a lesson by hitting him hard. This is the promise which Vali has given to Tara when she advised him not to kill Sugriva. Thus, the story goes on, and now we will take up the qualities of Rama described by the sage Valmiki. Please note down some of the characters and the conduct of Rama. These are the most important characters of Rama. Each one of them have its own glory. The way man should possess both character and conduct is described in Ramayana. So you please go on writing. Conduct is an external behavior. So Rama possesses excellent conduct. They are also his virtues. So we notice them one by one. Please note down. He smiles before speaking, for which it is mentioned as Smita Purva Bhashi. Smita Purva Bhashi. He smiles before speaking. Some of the people who have also that grandeur. When they speak, they smile and then they speak. This is the best quality of Rama. Another is Purva Bhashi. You just note down. Smita Purva Bhashi, Purva Bhashi. What is it? He takes initiative in speaking. When a person comes and meets Rama, he first starts the dialogue. That is why he is called as Purva Bhashi. Another important thing is Mita Bhashi. He speaks less. Mita Bhashi. I will repeat. Smita Purvabhibhashi, Purva Bhashi, Mita Bhashi, then Madhura Bhashi. He speaks sweetly. These are the four main qualities and conduct of Rama. That's why we have to observe these things while we go for a speech also in a public meeting. You should have a Mitabhashi. You speak whatever is needed and whatever is important. You mainly thrust upon the qualities of that particular subject, and then you end up your speech. So these are the four important characters, and the conduct is glorified by Valmiki by these four characteristics. One is Mitapurva Bhashi, Purva Bhashi, Mita Bhashi, and Madhura Bhashi. Then comes another important thing, Priyam Vada. The words are very kind. He is not harsh to anybody. Rama's quality is number one, that is one. Priyam Vada. Then Mrudu Purvantu Bhashate. Mrudu Purvantu Bhashate. He is very gentle in his speech. Even when he was talking to Kaikeyi, he was very, 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 very smooth in his gentle way. Mrudu Purvantu Bhashate. Then Nityam Prashantatma. Ever tranquil of mind. His mind is not perturbed at any point of time. Even when he was given the order of going for the exile, he was not perturbed. Even when Dasharatha said, "You are going to be the prince tomorrow," he was not very much enthused. He was feeling at the same level of thinking, tranquil of mind. That is known as Nityam Prasannatma. And another important quality of Rama, when compared to all the characteristics of Ramayana, Vruddhanam Paripujakaha. Write down. Vruddhanam Paripujakaha. What is it? He shows utmost regard to elders. Whenever he meets an elderly person, with great reverence and devotion, he speaks with them. The word is Vruddhanam Paripujakaha. How is it? Bahushrutanam Vruddhanam Brahmananam Upasita. Bahushrutanam Vruddhanam Brahmananam Upasita. He adores the aged people and learned Vedic scholars. This is a good trait in Rama's character. Then he is a person Krutena Aikena Upakarena Tushyam. Krutena Ekena Upakarena Tushyati. The characteristic of Rama, even if a small thing is there, He feels gratified even for one good thing done for him casually. That Uduta, squirrel's thing, normally which is not in the entire Ramayana, but it has become in Janapada stories, very Uduta Sahayam, they call it. So even with a small thing like Guha and the other characters which come across in the entire episode of his Dandakaranya stay, then Nasmaratyapakaranam Shatamapi. This is another great quality of Rama. Please note down. Nasmaratyapakaranam Shatamapi. He never takes to heart even 100 wrong things done to him. This is a very, very rare quality. In the case of Sri Krishna also, he never agreed for any disobedience to him. He killed Shishupala and all the other people, and he was almost like a giant killer. In this case of Rama, Nasmarat Chapakaranam Shatamapi. Then Na Vigraha Katha Ruchi. Na Vigraha Katha Ruchi. What is it? He is never interested in the quarrel-prone talks. He will never entertain any talk regarding the quarrel. If it has to happen, it will happen, and it is an inevitable thing. But he never encourages. Then, na viruddha katharuchihi. Na viruddha katharuchihi. Since he is a person embodied with righteousness, dharma, he never encouraged the unrighteous way of discourse. Na viruddha katharuchihi. Then, na krujyat abhisaptopi. Na krujyat abhisaptopi. If someone quarrels with him, he is not perturbed. He doesn't lose temper even when somebody slandered him. And another important quality in him is Krodhaniyani Varjayan. Krodhaniyani Varjayan. He avoids provoking words. Another important quality in him was Nacha Anrutakadaha. Nacha Anrutakadaha. He never utters a lie. Another quality, Nacha avamanata bhutanam. Nacha avamanata bhutanam. He never insulted any being. Either it is a human being or an animal or whatever it is, he never insulted. Greatness of him is Kalyana Abhijanaha. He is associated with goodness every time. Normally, a person of human nature will have asuya. But in the case of Rama, he is anasuyakaha. Anasuyakaha. He is never jealous about anyone. Na sadgrahi. Na sadgrahi. He gives no quarter in his mind to the evil. Na sadgrahi. Na durvachaha. he never utters a foul word. He never utters a foul word. Then, normally when such qualities are there, he will be proud of himself. But in the case of Rama, na darpataha, na darpataha. He is free from pride. He is very compassionate. So that word used in this case is sanukroshaha. He is always a person who has compassion towards the human beings. Then, dinanukampi. Dinanukampi. He takes pity on the distressed people. Then, nityam kushalam pariprachati. Nityam kushalam pariprachati. He always inquires about the welfare of the people regularly. When Ramaraja is very famous, the main being is he was inquiring about the welfare of the people and his subjects at a regular basis. Even the story of Shunaka, you might have heard, when he was ruling the country, there was a dog barking, and the court is open for Praja Darbar. And at the end of the Praja Darbar, he asked Lakshmana to see whether somebody is waiting for him to see and represent. Then Lakshmana came out and he saw no one waiting for them, but the dog is barking. Then he again went and said, one dog is barking. Then he questioned this dog, why you are barking? The dog says in human voice that I was beaten by a saint, a beggar. Then the dog wanted to represent it to the king or Chakravarti. And the dog himself says, normally in the court, the dog should not enter. Even in the house also, the dog should not enter. But finally, Rama ordered, let the dog come inside. And the dog represented his case in this manner. O Lord Rama, I was loitering in the corridors of a street. And at the beginning, I was just going through, but one beggar, without anything happening to him or without any insult to him, he has beaten me. Then the beggar was brought into the court. He was questioned, why you have beaten this dog, which has done nothing here in favor of you? Then this beggar said, O Lord Rama, in your Ramaraja, everything is fine and everyone is happy with your rule. But in my case, from the beginning of the day till this afternoon, I did not get even a morsel of an inch for eating. And I was very much perturbed and was just loitering in the corridors of the street. And I saw this dog. And in my anxiety, I have beaten this without any intention. Then Rama said, you have done a very unfaithful thing, and you will be made in the next janma of an endowment person. If one is given a Dharmaraya, Devaraya membership, he will definitely do some undo things, because we have seen several things in the many endowment departments. Somebody will eat even the Naivedya food also, or the portions which are given for the welfare of the Lord Naivedya, they have been discredited. So in this way, Ramaraja was very, very, very powerful, and he has given even a very high precedence for a Chaukidar or for a Sakali, because he was not interested in the royal empowerment. So he was even ready to neglect the words of other people, but he has given precedence for the entire words of the person. And finally, the story of Sita being going to the ashrama comes. So this is the word nityam kushalam pariprachati. Then the quality of Rama is manushyanam bhrusham bhavati dukhitaha. Manushyanam bhrusham bhavati dukhitaha. What is the meaning of it? He is distressed by the sorrow of others. He is not getting sorrow, but he is distressed by the sorrow of other people also. Another important quality is samadukkaha. He shares sorrow of others. Samadukkaha. Another quality, piteva paritushyati. Piteva paritushyati. He feels happy like a father if any prosperity comes to others. This is a very, very rare quality. Normally, we feel happy when we get things done. But in the case of Rama, he feels happy when other people get a great prosperity. Then a ruler should be na alasaha. Na alasaha. One should not be lazy. Apramattaha. Ever vigilant. Ever vigilant. Then Charanau Vavande. Charanau Vavande. He bows with reverence, touching the feet of parents, gurus, and sages. Whenever he goes to all the ashramas, he had very great reverence towards them, and he touches their feet. Charanau Vavande. Nibhrutaha. Nibhrutaha is very modest. So, whenever he had to cross a temple or a holy place, who used to do pradakshina, go clockwise and then depart. This is the main character of Rama. While crossing the territory of Kosala, leaving for the forest, he turned towards Ayodhya, and said, I shall take leave of you, O eminent city. I shall see you after completing my exile. Similarly, when he returned from exile, he made salutations to Ayodhya on seeing the city and asked Sita to do so. This is the quality of Rama. Whenever he crossed the holy rivers like Ganges or Yamuna, he and Sita Devi made the salutations with reverence. For this conduct, all his people were very much pleased with him, and they used to pray for his strength, health, and longevity. In the morning and evening, all women, old and young, devotedly prayed to gods for the prosperity of Sri Rama. It is well remembered that the statement of Vedavyasa, Swantam Ekapadam Purusha Samagyarchan. What is this? Agreeableness of speech makes a person an object of regard. Whatever he speaks, it should be of great importance. And sages said, Sri Rama has the qualities of all these things which we have mentioned just now. He was described as a Smitabhashi, Mitabhashi, and Purabhashi. He smiles before speaking, speaks less, takes initiative in speaking. By this quality, Rama had won the admiration of all the worlds, Triloka. It is said, character is not a small thing, but it consists of small things. Here, the word character is used including conduct, which edifies the character. The conduct and character, there are two different qualities. We shall notice such small things, observance by Sri Rama. Sri Rama was returning to Ayodhya after his marriage along with his father and brothers. Sage Parsurama appeared on the way. This is in the beginning of end of Balakanda. We come across after the marriage of Sita Rama. They were just coming and they encountered with this sage Parsurama and challenged Sri Rama for a combat, asking him to string the bow of Lord Vishnu in the possession. He had Vishnu Dhanush and Rama has broken the Shiva So he has challenged Rama to break this Vishnu Dhanush also. We have seen at that point, Sri Rama, without giving a fitting answer ruthlessly to Parshurama, even though he was quite confident of taking up the challenge, he remained tongue-tied on that occasion and spoke with Parshurama in a very low voice, only out of regard to his father. He mentioned that also, because my father is with me and I cannot take the precedence. This speaks volumes of his conduct towards the parents and followed by him very scrupulously. After promising to Kaikeyi that he would go forth on exile, after informing his mother Kausalya, he came to seek the permission of his mother Kausalya. Poor Kausalya, quite ignorant of the situation, being overjoyed to his son, embraced him, offered a seat, and asked him to take the food. Rama, before disclosing the calamity befallen on the family, out of regard to his mother, touched the seat, offered to him, and after joining his palms, began to narrate the events that led him to go for exile. Touching the seat offered to him was the only mode of obedience that could be seen on that occasion. This is the way how he behaves. Then come to Dandakaranya. In Dandaka forest, seeing the group of hermitages of sages, Rama removed the string of his great bow and then entered the hermitages because he was carrying a dhanush with him with the string. But after seeing the hermitages, he has removed it. Then he said to the sages, "O sages, you should not pray for me for this. You must command. I am bound to obey you." They requested him to help them from the demons. Then he questioned and he asked them, "O sages, you should not pray for me for this. You should order me. You should command me. I am bound to do it." Pierced with an arrow released by Sri Rama, Wali fell on the ground precipitately like a heaven tree. He looked like a sun cast down on earth at the end of the word cycle, or like a fire without flame. So the entire narration of Wali portraying Rama as a very, very powerful man is shown in that Kishkinda Kanda. Rama praised Hanuman for his emissary, extraordinary might and valor for having destroyed powerful ogress, and had a direct discourse with Ravana. Because after entering to Lanka, Hanuman did not come back just after verifying the identity of Sita. He went to the court of Ravana and bluntly he told that you are doing a wrong thing and you just surrender Sita. The entire thing will be of your favor. So, though Rama embraced Hanuman in the presence of all Vanaras and said, "I cannot do kindly act worthy of Hanuman, who has communicated to me his delightful news, because I'm happy that Sita is in Lanka and I will be happy to get her back." So these are the words told by Sri Ramachandra. So coming to the entire story of today's discourse, I will end up with these words and we will be open for discussion for a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay, now we can take up questions, sir.
Yeah. Yesterday also it seems somebody asked the later point of time.
Right. Okay, Dr. Sujit Kumar, you can ask your question now.
Yesterday, I think he had some query.
Right.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, as I said, of the qualities that you mentioned of Sri Rama,
Yes, sir.
there was one that you specifically said about compassionate.
Yeah.
What was the Sanskrit word for that?
A compassionate, one more thing.
Vrid-
I will just repeat.
Na Durvachaha was never uttered as a foul word.
I will tell because
Na Dharpaksha was free from pride.
Bhartrabhashi or something like that.
Mitabhasha.
Anukoshah.
Before Dhiranam Kampi.
Ankuroshah.
Sir,
Sankroshah.
Sanukrosha.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Sanukrosha.
Thank you, sir.
Dr. Sujit, you had a question yesterday also that you wanted to ask? Or
Yeah, on the ghats, when we work with the UPPCL.
Sir, for the benefit of the entire readers, I will repeat all these qualities in Sanskrit. Shall we go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Smita Purvabhashi, Mitabhashi, Madhurabhashi, Priyam Vada, Mrudu Purvantu Bhashate, Nityam Prasantatma, Prashantatma, Vruddhanam Paripujakaha, Bahushrutanam, Vruddhanam, Brahmananam Upasita, Kurutenaikena, Upakarena, Tushyati, Nasmaran Tyapakaranam Shatamapi, Nasmaran Tyapakaranam Shatamapi, Na Vigraha Katharuchihi, Na Viruddha Katharuchihi, Na Viruddha Katharuchihi, Na Krudhyat Abhishaptopi, Na Krudhyat Abhishaptopi, Krodhaniyani Varjayan, Nacha Vismitaha, Nachanrata Kadhaha, Nacha Avamanat Abhutanam, Kalyanabhijanah, Anasuyakaha, Na Durvachaha, Na Darpataha, Sanukroshaha, that is compassionate. And finally, Dinanukampi, Nityam Kushalam Pariprachati, Manushyanam Bhrusham Bhavati Dukkhitaha, Piteva Paritushyati. He feels happy like a father. Na Alasaha, Apramattaha, Charanam Vavande. These are the qualities of Rama which we encountered. Please.
Nibrutaha.
Padmanabha, you can ask your question now.
Namaskaram, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I really enjoyed the way you described the qualities and the journey of the Ramayanam. Two questions, Guruji.
Sureshji, Amboli.
The first one relates to this, the trinities you referenced throughout.
Yeah.
Any deeper significance to this trinity in each episode of Ramayana, or is that still an evolving research area? Because
always we speak of these three gunas, and the trio is very, very important in the quality of a person. So this trinity accompanied for Rama is a greater thing. That is why the Valmiki has described them in Trinity, Trinity, Trinity at each point of time. This is by a critic. It is not told in the entire Ramayana that this is a Trinity, this is a Trinity, but the people who have studied it in a very great importance. Because particularly, I have gone through the book of Makers of Indian Literature. Those who can get this copy, you can have it. The Sahitya Academy has published way back in 1980s. I was able to get hold of this copy. It was written by one Mr. I. Panduranga Rao. Makers of modern India, makers of Indian literature, Valmiki, and this publication may not be available now. And I had the privilege of translating it into Telugu. Sahitya Academy has published it. This was published way back in 1994. Another important book which you have to go through is The Light of Ramayana. The Light of Ramayana. It is available.
Okay.
By Justice P. Kodandaramaiah.
Kodandra. Very good.
He was the former Justice of AP High Court. His son is now Mr. P.S. Narasimha, Supreme Court Judge, and who will be going to be the Chief Justice next year, 2027.
Very nice.
This book is available. This book, The Light of Ramayana, it has been even translated. This was published first in 1997, second edition in 1999, and Shankara Bhagavad Padacharya of Sringeri and Kanchi, they have given blessings for this book.
Very nice. I have a second question, Guruji.
Suresh.
Suresh Jayanti. Now, there is many references in various Upanishadic teachings that Sri Rama is conversant and intimately familiar with all the 108 Upanishads.
Yeah.
And in fact,
108 Puranas. 108 Puranas.
Puranas or Upanishads, but then he talks about the Dasa Upanishads.
Yeah.
He teaches Sri Hanuman to go after Mandukya Upanishad, and if he does Mandukya go after.
Yeah.
Referenced in Ramayana anywhere, or is it?
It is a later addition. Because some people say Uttarakhanda is not there written by Valmiki. But some people say that it is written by Valmiki himself.
Nice.
So the later interpolations are there. Several Ramayanas have come, Ananda Ramayana and different types of Ramayanas, and Adhyatma Ramayana, and several Janapada stories have also joined. Because the entire story of Ahalya also, she was not a stone. In Valmiki Ramayana, she was disclosed by the mud and all the dust. And then when the touch of Rama, she became a lady. But the Janapada stories, they have made it a stone, and then the stone has become a lady. And at the point of Guha's entrance to the chariot, he said, my boat also will become a lady if you enter into it. And these are the later stories which they have woven according to the Lakshmana and Urmila Devi Nidra also. There is a very big story of Urmila Devi Nidra, which is not there in the Ramayana. These are the later interpolations.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you.
You know Telugu, sir, Suresh ji?
అవునండి మీ ఇద్దరం తెలుగు
అవును జయంతి రామయ్య పంతులు గారు అని ఉండేవారు.
అవునా?
జయంతి రామయ్య పంతులు, he was a very great scholar of 20th century. He has written several books in Telugu also. ఎక్కడ ఉంటారు మీరు?
ప్రస్తుతం లాస్ ఏంజలస్ లో ఉంటున్నాము.
లాస్ ఏంజలస్.
బట్ అది హైదరాబాద్. మా ముందు కపిలేశ్వరపురం మాది ఒరిజినల్ గా.
అబ్బో కపిలేశ్వరపురం. మీ ఊర్లో హరికథ పాఠశాల ఉన్నది
ఉందా?
ఆయన కపిలేశ్వరం జమీందార్ గారు సత్యనారాయణ గారు, he started one హరికథ, దాన్ని మొదలుపెట్టి లేడీస్కి మాత్రమే హరికథలు చెప్పించి వాళ్ళకు జీవనోపాధి కల్పించాలి అని చెప్పి ఇప్పటికి కూడా నడుస్తున్నారు. మూర్తి గారు అని ఆయన ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ మేనేజరు, నిట్టల మూర్తి గారు, కపిలేశ్వరపురం జమీందార్ గారు ఆయన, ఎస్బిపి పట్టాభిరామారావు, ఎస్బిపి సత్యనారాయణ. వాళ్ళిద్దరు కూడా లేటర్ హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ ద జర్నీ దే బికేమ్ సెంట్రల్ మినిస్టర్స్. జమీందార్ గారు, మీ కపిలేశ్వరపురం అంటే మీరు కూడా జమీందారే.
చాలా బాగుందండి. చాలా ఎంజాయ్డ్ యువర్ డిస్కోర్స్ ది లాస్ట్ 2 days.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. నా నంబర్ మీరు ఫీడ్ చేసుకోండి సార్, అవసరమైతే మనం విల్ బి ఇన్ టచ్. మీ నంబర్ కూడా నాకు పంపిద్దురు. 98 66 58 68 05 పద్మనాభరావు. ఓకే, ఒక మెసేజ్ పంపండి నాకు, విల్ బి ఇన్ టచ్. మీరు గూగుల్లోకి వెళ్ళి ఆర్య పద్మనాభరావు అని కొడితే యూట్యూబ్ లో కానీ గూగుల్లో కానీ మీకు ఒక 100 ప్రవచనాలు వస్తాయి నావి.
సరే, we will definitely check out.
Please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Suresh.
Okay, any other question by anyone? One or two questions only can be taken now. The time is getting shorter. Okay.
మీరు సాఫ్ట్వేరా సురేష్ గారు?
లేదండి, I work in clean energy in the electric vehicle industry. I work commercial and industrial electric vehicles.
ఈయన సుజిత్ గారు?
I'm an architect.
మీరు ఎక్కడ ఉంటారు సార్? హైదరాబాదా?
Bangalore.
No, I am in Bangalore, sir. I am an architect from Bangalore.
చెప్పారు.
Basically, headquartered in Delhi, but we have a branch in Bangalore.
Okay, sir.
I also one small question, if I can. This is the end of Ramayana when Ram ends his life. So there's a little controversy about that. If it is too early to ask, then we'll wait for the end of the course. Or could you just say why Ram finally does Jal Samadhi at the Jamtara Ghat?
Yeah, he was asked by the Brahman and other people, the entire Avatara period is over, why don't you come back? So then he decided that he should end up the Avatara, and finally he went to the Jal Samadhi. It was at the request of the other devoted people like Brahman and other people.
It is not out of distress on Sita going.
No. It was not intentional. He has to part with her, and finally the things have happened like that.
Okay.
Achha.
Okay.
Sir, this is Chandrasekhar. I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
It was mentioned somewhere I read that Lakshmana did that entire period of exile. He hasn't taken anything. That is why he could able to kill Indrajit and Kumbhakarna.
All these stories have come up at a later stage, as I told you, because nothing is mentioned in Valmiki.
Okay. Because somewhere I read that even that banana that given by Sita, he kept it in his thigh and then he cut it off and shows it off, something like that. I've read.
These are the stories created by later part of the people, sir, to mystify a personality.
Okay. Thank you.
So one more question. In terms of Valmiki Ramayana and the Manas by Tulsi, there are a lot of places where the stories deviate also. Is it intentional or is it?
Sir, he was a very, very much devoted person and he personified Rama in his own way. And whereas in Valmiki Ramayana, he was treated as a man. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha Aham Vedmi Manushyanam. He himself has mentioned that I am son of Dasharatha. And so these in Ramacharitamanasa, it has been glorified. He has very much devotion towards Rama, and in his own way, he has mystified the person and glorification was given to Rama.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Padmanabha Rao garu. It was a very nice meeting you again in this session, and knowing every time you come, we hear new things and a new way of looking into Ramayana, away from the normal Ramayana that we people hear. So you come out with new aspects in Ramayana. Thank you very much, and very nice seeing you, hearing you, and the Vande Mataram is only from All India Radio, which wakes up every day.
Yeah.
And
I have recently started one series, sir. Vande Mataram.
Mataram.
So I
Very
have
nice.
completed 30 episodes. Those who are interested, I can send them also.
Yeah,
Vande Mataram.
Yes.
During those periods.
Right.
I have come across several people and at several places also. And it is a series running now. Vande Mataram.
Right.
It
That's
is a
very
web
important
magazine.
thing.
One question, sir.
Please,
One question.
Fast.
ఎవరు
Sir,
బాబు గారా
Mallikarjun Rao, sir.
మల్లికార్జున
Sir, what is the Veda? We came to know that Vedavati, some person is there. The Agnihotra has given back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That story is there. And from the Agni, it is Vedavati who has come out. First, Vedavati was kidnapped by Ravana, and when it came back, it is Sita. So that story also is there. It is prevalent.
Vedavati is before Sita Devi. Vedavati is there.
Yeah. And she has cursed Ravana also.
Sir.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you. Yeah, Pratyush garu.
Sir, is this Vedavati story in Valmiki Ramayana, sir?
Yeah, in Uttarakanda, it is mentioned in a subtle way. Uttarakanda.
In Uttarakanda. Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Manoj. Yes, the Mataram, Vande Mataram is a very important thing.
Yeah.
That one big generation is coming to an end.
Yeah.
And with a big store of knowledge. And it's not just knowledge of some science or anything, a way of living, how to live, and the purpose of living. This generation had the great knowledge of it, and we definitely, whatever you are saying, if it's there in the video recordings or something like that.
It is only audio, sir. It is just a script, not even audio.
Please share.
That I will share with you. No problem. You can just note down www.sanchika.com. Sanchika.com. It is a web magazine, and they are publishing it every Sunday, one of these episodes. And I have already completed 21 episodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And I will be completing about 40 episodes. I have already written about 32.
Okay.
And it is a recollection of my own journey.
Yeah.
As you said, I lived with 3 generations of people.
Yeah.
And I have seen the entire world.
Right.
And I had the opportunity of living with a very, very, very sacred people also. Swamijis. I am Asthana Pandit of Kanchi. I am Asthana Kavi of Pushpagiri Matham. I am an Ashtavatani, like a Maji cricketer. I am also a Maji Avadhani.
It's very nice of you to join our VSS and give lectures. And we definitely look forward to your lectures in all our batches of Sanatana Dharma courses. And incidentally, we are starting Indian Knowledge System which is a new, which is being introduced in all the degree and CBSE's courses. So we are trying to cater to teachers. We are training teachers on Indian knowledge system. We are starting that from February 8th onwards online. So with your blessings, we'll move forward and keep in touch with you. Then you are meet again. With your permission, we'll go for Pradhana, sir.
Please, please.
Thank you. Chandrasekhar Garu, can you do the Pradhana, please?
Sure, sir. Om Swastif Prajabhyah Paripalayantah Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishah Gobrahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Lokas Samastas Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Deshoyam Kshobarahito Brahmanas Santu Nirbhayah अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति ధన్యవాదాలు
సార్ వచ్చిన బాబు గారు
చెప్పండి
10th 11th నాకు తెలుగు క్లాసులు ఉన్నాయి
ఓకే
11th ఐఎమ్ నాట్ ఫ్రీ
ఓకే
కెన్ వి మేక్ ఇట్ 9th 10th మీరు మీరు షెడ్యూల్ చూసి ఒకసారి చెప్పండి సార్ 11th నాకు వేరే ప్రోగ్రామ్ సంక్రాంతి ఉభయం ఒకటి ఏదో వచ్చింది ప్రసంగం
ఓకే అండి
అందువల్ల
థ్యాంక్ యూ
either prepone it or postpone it.
Okay, thank you. We'll
do it. Sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we raise for the national anthem.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Venkatnarayan Garu, please.
Janagana Mana Adhinayaka Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Jaladhi Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jage Tava Shubha Asisha Mange गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद.
Thank you, Venkatnarayan Garu. Okay, now I'll stop the recording.